House Committee on Appropriations will come to order. Will the clerk please take attendance?
Chair Whitwer.
Here.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Here.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
Here.
Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Schutte. Steele. Madam Chair, you have all members present. You do have a quorum.
Thank you. Rep. Morse moves to approve the minutes from March 15th meeting. There being no objection, the minutes are approved. We'll begin today by taking up HB 4238, the Natural Resources Trust Fund bill, sponsored by Representative Andrews. The bill includes $23.3 million worth of projects that were adopted by the Trust Fund Board on December 14th, 2022. The Joint Subcommittee on Capital Outlay, chaired by Representative Price, took testimony on this bill and approved them 2 weeks ago, so we don't need to spend much time on additional testimony in this committee. That said, before we report the bill, I'd like to invite Austin Scott from House Fiscal to give us a quick overview of the bill.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Austin Scott from the House Fiscal Agency. As the chair mentioned, House Bill 4238 is a supplemental appropriations bill that will provide funding for public recreation projects recommended by the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund Board last December. You'll notice in the summary there are 45 projects total. 15 of those projects are land acquisition projects, so land acquired for the purpose of public recreation. 30 of those projects are land development projects, land developed for the purpose of public recreation, so park facilities is one common example. Most of these are locally owned projects, locally owned facilities or parcels of land. There are a minority of the total 45 projects that do have state ownership. As the chair mentioned, the bill includes $23.3 million gross for appropriation. All of that comes from the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund. There are zero general fund dollars included in this appropriation. The Joint Capital Outlay Subcommittee did indeed take up this bill in previous weeks, and the subcommittee also heard from our friends in the Department of Natural Resources. You'll see a brief description of each project in the summary, and I'm happy to receive questions at the chair's discretion.
Thank you, Austin. Are there any questions? Okay, there being no further questions, Rep. Price moves to report House Bill 4238 with recommendation. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
Yes.
Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Schutte.
Yes.
Steele. Madam Chair, you have 26 yeas, no nays, 3 pass. House Bill 4238 is reported with recommendation.
Thank you. Next, we're going to shift gears and take up several departmental budgets recently reported from subcommittees for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. Before we do that, let me first take a moment and thank the subcommittee chairs and vice chairs, committee members and staff for their diligent work that they've put into these budgets the last several weeks. I know it's not been easy juggling all of the priorities that we have while trying to address seemingly insurmountable problems across our state, but the budgets we'll be taking up today are the result of responsible, collaborative decision making. I appreciate the effort of everyone that touched this process, including our nonpartisan staff at House Fiscal, who always keeps things running smoothly. With that said, we'll first take up House Bill 4244 that appropriates to the Department of State Police for the 2024 fiscal year. This budget was reported last week by the Subcommittee on Military and Veteran Affairs and State Police, chaired by Representative Morgan. I invite Representative Morgan to give a brief overview of this budget, to give us some highlights and insight into the committee's decisions. As with the case of all these subsequent budgets we take up today, House Fiscal Agency is available for any questions. Rep. Morgan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, colleagues. I have the privilege of serving as the Chair of Military and Veterans Affairs and State Police Appropriations Subcommittee. I'm excited to give you an overview of the House recommended budgets for each department, starting with State Police. Oh, wait, actually, yes, starting with State Police. Sorry, I want to make sure I was on the right one. As you know, MSP is the state's primary law enforcement and emergency response authority. The department is responsible for criminal law enforcement and investigation, traffic and motor carrier safety, and homeland security. Here are some key items that are in your packet. Item 1, the Trooper Recruit School. The House recommends including $9 million general fund, $4.2 million ongoing, $4.8 million one-time, and authorization for 50 FTE positions to support costs associated with an FY 2023-2024 Trooper Recruit School, which will be projected to graduate 50 troopers. In-service training, item 2, House recommends including $8.5 million general fund and authorization for 7 FTE positions for implementation and administration of in-service training requirements for licensed law enforcement officers. The Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, MCOLS, will develop and implement the in-service training. Item 3, unarmed public safety response pilot grants. House recommended includes $4.8 million, $2.8 million ongoing, $2.0 million one-time to support competitive grant distributions to select municipal and county governments or pilot programs that provide for response by trained unarmed personnel situations to situations where unarmed police response is not necessary. Item 4, gun violence prevention. House recommended includes $1.9 million general fund and authorization for 5 FTE positions to establish 5 National Integrated Ballistic Information Network testing locations. These units will allow for comprehensive entry of firearms evidence into the NIBIN database, which provides law enforcement agencies with an automated resource for sharing research and identifying firearms ballistic data. Next item, crime victim support program. House recommended includes $1.9 million in authorization for 14 FTE positions to place 2 full-time victim advocates in each of MSP's 7 districts. Advocates would collaborate with federal, state, and local agencies to coordinate services and address the needs of crime victims. Next item, emergency alert system upgrades. House recommends including $1.5 million one-time to implement a statewide redundant emergency alert system network and to perform equipment upgrades in order to ensure that the emergency alert system can operate continuously. The upgrades would enhance the emergency alert system's ability to operate in the event of a terrestrial internet outage, severe weather, or disaster. Next item, OK to Say expansion. House recommended includes $378,700 in authorization for 3 FTE positions to hire additional staff for the OK to Say program, which provides students with confidential mechanism for reporting criminal activities and potential harm that is directed at students, school employees, or physical infrastructure. Lastly, boilerplate sections. I have no specific boilerplate sections to highlight in this budget. You may notice that the House recommended budget maintains much of the reporting that the executive recommended budget deleted. Transparency is very important when dealing with not just public funds, but public safety. For this reason, those boilerplate sections remain intact.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions from the committee? Seeing no further questions, Representative Brabeck moves to adopt substitute H1 to House Bill 4244. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Brabeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
Yes.
Menser, Morgan,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Skaggs,
Yes.
Snyder, Wilson.
Yes.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green. Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cabot.
Pass.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele. Madam Chair, you have 25 yeas, no nays, 5 pass. The H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Are there any amendments?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thanks, Representative Cavett. Would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair. I'll speak briefly if I may
Thank you.
address the crowd. My amendment seeks to restore standard boilerplate and contingencies to current year. I move my amendment, please.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
No.
Skaggs.
No.
Snyder. Wilson.
No.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Are there any more amendments?
Yes, Madam Chair. Okay. I'm sorry. but-
Representative Slaw?
Madam Chair, my amendment is related to restoring the ability of the legislature to transfer appropriated funds under the administrative board, and I move my amendment.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
No.
Skaggs.
No.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton. Fink.
Yes.
Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Did you say yes or pass? I said yes. Thank you. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Leitner, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment is for inserting a line item of $500,000 to the Office of Highway Planning for a slow down, move over campaign. And this is in regards to, something similar to when we did click it or ticket. This is a move over, get pulled over type of thing. We have a lot of emergency vehicles, police officers, fire trucks, all these things that people aren't slowing down and moving over. And so I would like to have a campaign for that, and very similar to click it or ticket. So I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin. Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey.
Yes.
Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 18 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your second amendment?
I would, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment is that funding as appropriated in Part 1 must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I move my amendment.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Lightner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 18 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your last amendment?
I would, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment would strike out in line, page 4, line 17, the $303,000 and insert $600,000, adjusting the subtotals and totals accordingly, and would allow for additional funds for those fallen officers. And I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill.
Pass.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Pass.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
Pass.
Snyder.
Pass.
Wilson.
Pass.
Lightner.
Yes.
Bolin. Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey.
Yes.
Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, no nays, 17 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Wilson moves to report House Bill 4244 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to report House Bill 4244 as substitute H1, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
Yes.
Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lightner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Pass.
Slaw.
Pass.
Beeson.
Pass.
Horton.
Pass.
Fink. Cavett.
Pass.
DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey.
Pass.
Steele.
No. That's fine. Never mind. I was already moving on.
Madam Chair, you have 18 yeas, no nays, 12 passes. It is reported with recommendation as substitute H1.
Thank you. I'll ask Representative Morgan to please stay and talk to us next about his bill HB 4248 that appropriates to the Department of Military Veteran Affairs for the 2024 fiscal year. This budget was reported last week by the Subcommittee on Military and Veteran Affairs and State Police, chaired by Rep. Morgan. Representative Morgan, if you don't mind giving us a brief overview of this budget as well whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad to be here presenting this overview of the House recommended budget for Military and Veterans Affairs. I was pleased to have this budget pass unanimously through subcommittee. The Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, as most of you know, provides for the operations of the Michigan National Guard and support of military and security needs of the state and federal government. The department through the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, oversees state programs for veterans, grants to veteran service organizations, County Veteran Service Fund, the Michigan Veterans Trust Fund. The department also houses the independent Michigan Veterans Facility Authority, which manages and operates the state's 3 veteran homes. A few items to highlight in your packet. Item 3, numbered 3 in your packet, the FTE authorization transfer from MVFA. The House recommended reduces FTE transfer authorizations from the exec recommendation from 60.5 position transfers to 36. These are FTE transfers from the Grand Rapids Home for Veterans and to other areas of MVFA. The rest of the FTEs will remain in the Grand Rapids Home for Veterans. We looked closely to see if the 60.5 transfers were necessary, included that 35 was a more appropriate number based on need. Next item, number 5 in your packet, Selfridge Facilities personnel increase. The House recommended includes 1.5 million gross and authorization for 13.0 FTE positions for facilities operations and maintenance staff at Selfridge Air National Guard Base. The increased authorization would bring personnel counts to the full state personnel authorized amount under the National Guard Bureau's cooperative agreement. Item 6 in your packet, MVAA VA claims assistance positions. House recommended includes $600,000 in authorization for 4.0 FTE positions to hire additional veteran service officers to accommodate an increased demand for claims assistance because of the enactment of the Federal Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson Honoring Our Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxics PACT Act, which extends VA healthcare benefits to approximately 100,000 Michigan veterans exposed to burn pits, Agent Orange, and other toxic substances. Item 7 in your packet, MVAA Veteran Suicide Prevention. House recommended includes the $1.2 million in authorization for 2 FTE positions to continue an outreach campaign targeting current and former service members and their families on reducing veteran suicide incidents. The campaign received $1.2 million general fund and one-time funding in FY 22-23 and as part of the governor's challenge effort in partnership with the VA Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration to develop suicide prevention policy. Item 12 in your packet, eliminating veteran homelessness grants. This new item stems from the belief that no veteran should be homeless in the state of Michigan. The House recommended includes $5.0 million general fund for MVA to establish a grant program to provide grants of $150,000 to nonprofit organizations to provide or assist in providing housing for homeless veterans and their families. This priority was included following conversations with subcommittee members who shared this concern and will help veterans throughout our state. 2 boilerplate items to highlight. 1, the report on veteran homelessness. This report accompanies the Eliminating Veteran Homelessness Grants program we discussed under item 12. This report will help the legislature fully understand the issue of veteran homelessness and can provide a roadmap for future legislative efforts. Again, we must do better to support those who have served our country. Lastly, section 464, new Upper Peninsula Veterans Facility. This section requires the department to report on the construction, operation, and finances of the new Upper Peninsula Veterans Facility funded in Article 14 of 2022 PA 166. This will ensure that planning for the new home in the UP is on track and provides additional transparency. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions? Okay, so there's no further questions. Rep. Morse moves to adopt the substitute to HB 4248. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Yes. Brixey. Yes. Hood. Yes. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Yes. Steckloff. Weiss. Yes. Martis. Yes. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Yes. Morgan.
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cabot.
Pass.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Pass.
Steele.
No.
Madam Chair, you have 22 yeas, 1 nay, 6 passes. The H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cavett, would you like to speak to your first amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment seeks to restore standard boilerplate and contingencies to current year. I move my amendment.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morris, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cavett, DeBoer,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Shutey, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cavett, would you like to speak to your second amendment? No? No?
He does have another amendment.
He does.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment seeks to amend page 9, line 18, after exceed by striking out 12 million and inserting 8,600,000. Amend page 8, line 24, after exceed by striking out 3 million and inserting 1,100,000. Amend page 10, line 1, after exceed by striking out 500,000 and inserting 250,000.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Wait, did he move?
Oh.
I need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved my amendment, please.
Thank you.
My apologies, Chair.
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cavett, DeBoer,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Shutey, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your first amendment?
Please, Madam Chair, thank you. This amendment will restore the ability of the legislature to transfer appropriated funds, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cavett, DeBoer,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Shutey, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your second amendment?
Please, Madam Chair, thank you. This amendment is that funding, as appropriated in Part 1, must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cavett, DeBoer,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Shutey, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'd like to amend page 5 following line 11. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take a roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Pass.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
Pass.
Snyder.
Pass.
Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 13 yeas, 16 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Bolin, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I offer this amendment to include the report for both pension and retiree health care legacy costs, which total over $15 million for just this department. One of our most important roles as legislators is to appropriate funds. As a member of the Appropriations Committee the last 4 years, and as a former local elected official, I find these reports to be essential to our work as appropriators. I consider having all legacy costs reported under the Office of Retirement Services, but given our subcommittee structure here in the legislature, I believe it is prudent for all subcommittees to be aware of these costs as we plan for the future of all Michiganders and deliver a budget that protects the public's health, safety, and welfare and delivers fiscally responsive programs. And with that, I move my amendment to amend page 14 following line 4.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative O'Neill moves to report House Bill 4248 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
No.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 2 nays, 10 passes. It is reported with recommendation as substitute H1.
Thank you. Next, we'll take up House Bill 4245 that appropriates the judicial branch for the 24 fiscal year. This budget was reported last week by the Judiciary Subcommittee chaired by Representative Wilson. Representative Wilson will now give us the key highlights of his budget.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll just dig right deep into our budget. This budget includes a significant investment in the improvement and expansion of juvenile justice services. This includes $2.5 million for the State Appellate Defender Office to continue and expand its juvenile lifer division. This division represents individuals who committed crimes as juveniles and are serving life sentences without parole. Following a couple of U.S. Supreme Court decisions, most of these individuals had to be resentenced. Most recently, the Michigan Supreme Court has issued more expansive rulings and have added potentially hundreds of more cases requiring additional resources. The budget also incorporates 2 recommendations by the Michigan Task Force on Juvenile Justice. There is $557,000 for SATO's Public Appellate Defender Division to expand to include juvenile defendants, and $1.9 million to establish a Juvenile Justice Services Division within the State Court Administrative Office. Next, the budget includes $3.2 million to increase the Michigan Appellate Assigned Counsel System, also known as MAX, roster. The MAX roster assigns private attorneys to indigent appellate cases to help supplement SATO's limited capacity. In recent years, the roster number has steadily declined, largely because the pay rates are higher at the trial level through the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission. This $3.2 million will be used as a match program with counties so that higher rates can be paid to roster attorneys. This should help to rebuild and retain the appellate roster. Moving on to the State Court Administrative Office, they included a couple of requests related to technological improvements that we're still discussing. The budget does include the full $300,000 of one-time funding requested by Scale to develop a court administration bench book. However, the budget includes a $100 placeholder for their one-time appropriation request for the statewide court data transparency project and a $100 placeholder for additional funding for the statewide judicial case management system. While I appreciate the basis of these projects, I feel we need to dig a little deeper into what amount of funding is necessary given prior year appropriations for the system. To that extent, there is boilerplate language for an annual report regarding the status and implementation of the statewide judicial case management system so that we have that important information for future considerations. During the subcommittee process, we had requests come in from the Judicial Tenure Commission and the Court of Appeals, both related essentially to backlogs. It is a gross disservice to the public and to the ideal of justice for claims against judges and claims against the state to be significantly delayed. The budget provides both agencies with requested resources. The JTC, as you probably know, is tasked with investigating complaints against judges. They stated that complaints exploded around 2016, 2017, and they have been playing catch-up ever since. That day in subcommittee, they explained the court was hearing a case that afternoon for a complaint that was almost 6 years old. We included $422,600 for the Judicial Tenure Commission to help eliminate that backlog of complaints and investigations. Similarly, the Court of Appeals explained that since the Court of Claims was moved into their jurisdiction, they have been behind on cases because they share one law clerk. And there has been an increase of filings. The budget includes $292,200 for the Court of Appeals to hire 2 full-time law clerks to work specifically for the Court of Claims docket. The budget also includes one-time funding of $10.7 million for court improvement project geared towards improving court security, efficiency, and accessibility. The project is designed to have work project status with an expected end date of September 30th, 2028. Lastly, the budget includes additional funding for the problem-solving courts. The data shows that effectiveness of these person-centered and treatment-centered programs. Budget includes $1 million one-time funding for the expansion of problem-solving courts, with the hopes that every person in every county will have access to these important resources. Also, the budget includes an additional $1 million of ongoing funding specifically for the mental health treatment courts. In this legislature, we've often discussed the interplay of mental health with other policy conversations. We must not only discuss the importance, but show a dedication to investing in mental health support and resources. One way to do that is this additional ongoing of $1 million financial investment. In closing, I want to express my appreciation to all the agencies who lent their input and expertise, and the subcommittee members who also engaged throughout this process. I believe this budget makes important investments in our judicial system. I look forward to continued conversations to that end. I also want to take a moment to thank my Majority Vice Chair Weiss and also Minority Vice Chair Leitner for their expertise throughout this process. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Representative Leitner?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just have some comments in regards to this budget. Thank you, Chair Wilson. I appreciate your work on this and digging into a lot of the issues surrounding judiciary issues. In particular, the Juvenile Justice Task Force, some of the recommendations. I mean, obviously, right now, there's just placeholders in there, which I appreciate. But as we're working through the policy that goes along with it. We're going to have to actually come to the actual numbers of what it's going to cost the state for investment, and we're still having those conversations on policy and obviously appropriations. And I appreciate your openness on that and prioritizing a lot of things in here that we've just needed to take care of. In regards to reporting, all that stuff, I appreciate all that being in there as well. And I look forward to continued conversations. Obviously, because we don't have numbers, I'm still going to pass today, but I do appreciate your efforts. Look forward to continuing those conversations and coming up with the right numbers for the policies for this particular budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Seeing no further questions, Rep. Menser moves to adopt substitute H2 to House Bill 4245. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morris, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
Yes.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson,
Yes.
Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn,
No.
Shooty, Steele. No. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 3 nays, 9 passes. The H2 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Weiss moves to report House Bill 4245 with recommendation as substitute H2. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morris, no, we just adopted the substitute.
That's true.
Motion was to report the
Go at ease.
Yep.
We'll be calling it to order in about 1 minute. All right, I see most of them are here. Where's Coon? He's there. Where are we missing? Okay, I think we got everybody. We have everybody. He's standing back there talking to. The House Appropriations will come back to order. Will the clerk continue the roll?
On the motion to report House Bill 4245 as substitute H2, Representatives Peary? Yes. Steckloff? Yes. Weiss? Yes. Martis? Yes. McKinney?
Yes.
Menser? Yes. Morgan? Yes. Price? Yes. Skaggs? Yes. Snyder?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Leitner? Yes. Bolin? Yes. Green?
No.
Slaw? Beeson? Yes. Borton?
Yes.
Fink? Cavett?
Yes.
DeBoer? Yes. Kuhn?
No.
Shooty? Yes. Steele? No. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 3 nays, 9 passes. House Bill 4245 is reported with recommendation as substitute H2.
Thank you. Next, we have House Bill 4249 for the Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. The Eagle Subcommittee is chaired by Representative Hood, and it reported the budget last week. Representative Hood, if you'll please give us an overview.
Thank you, Chair Whitwer and colleagues, for allowing me to speak to House Bill 4249. I'd like to highlight a few items within that budget that I am particularly proud of. Directing the development of the Eagle budget allows us to correct historical wrongs and to invest in Michigan communities. Across this budget, overburdened and significantly overburdened communities are prioritized as part of our commitment to the Justice 40 initiative, which seeks to achieve environmental justice by investing in communities disproportionately impacted by exposure to polluted air and water. To that end, House Bill 4249 contains $50 million in one-time funding for the remediation and redevelopment of contaminated sites and for expanded air pollution control in historically disadvantaged and underrepresented communities. House Bill 4249 also contains over $200 million for lead service line removal and replacement across Michigan. While this is a significant line in the budget, it's my responsibility to convey again and again and again that we are far from fully funding lead pipe remediation in Michigan. Even with a historic influx of federal funds, we still have a long journey ahead to remediate lead in Michigan and to devise long-term funding solutions that currently remain evasive. This budget includes $40 million in funding for grants to local communities that are looking to create renewable energy facilities. These funds will help advance quality, clean energy jobs in Michigan, keeping a growing industry here. We need them. Whenever possible, we must remove unnecessary or harmful infrastructure. And I'm pleased to say that this budget contains $20 million in one-time funding to remove unnecessary dams and help restore Michigan's aquatic systems. Further, it's clear to all of us that Michigan must have the resources to be competitive with global economic changes. That includes having research and data ready to put frameworks in place. Senior advocates don't normally show up in the Eagle budget, but the senior advocates of West Michigan asked me several months ago to consider finding ways to invest in a circular economy to value the metals and minerals contained in electric vehicle batteries. This budget meets that request with $15 million in funding for Michigan's universities to research these opportunities. Additionally, we have a $100,000 placeholder to study emerging clean energy technologies that maximize our state's water resources as an asset in energy production in a responsible manner. The Energy Water Nexus builds on this theme of water as our competitive advantage in the 21st century. This bill also includes $8.5 million to support economic development in the Upper Peninsula by investing in additional propane supply for the region. This investment is a win-win, relieving transportation congestion near Sarnia and providing redundant propane supply to the region that helps ease volatility in propane pricing and ensure the availability of supply in the instance of severe storms or extended periods when propane can't be delivered to the region. This will reduce risk for business investors in the region, helping to attract and retain businesses, and it will help commercial and residential customers who depend on propane for energy. Just under $24 million of one-time funding is provided for research on Michigan's underground aquifers to understand and preserve the water sources that 40% of Michigan's residents rely on. Our water resources are our competitive advantage, as I mentioned before. We know that overuse has threatened these resources, and data gathered here is critical to our state's agricultural community, among other industries, not to mention public health. Eagle staff have been working double time for the last decade with too few staff and resources, and I'm very proud to support the governor's recommendation to expand the department and provide the talent necessary to protect people, public health, business, and of course, our natural resources across the state. We value those employees, and I'm excited to watch them advance the department. As you all know, budget season is an opportunity to address the concerns of Michigan's residents and stakeholders. It's a chance to reflect on our values by prioritizing spending on priorities that position Michigan for a brighter future. I'm pleased with the work of the subcommittee to deliver this budget and thank my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for their participation. As usual, our policy staff, Michaela Heffron specifically, have gone above and beyond with late nights and early mornings to make this budget a reality. House Fiscal Agency, specifically Austin Scott and the LSB staff, just don't stop. Their insights and dedication were critical in making this budget a success. Thank you again for the opportunity to provide leadership to Eagle in the great state of Michigan. It's an honor to lead this budget, and I look forward to partnering with our counterparts in the Senate to build a final budget in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions? Representative Beeson?
Thank you very much, and thanks, Rep. Hood, Madam Chair, for this. I know I'm up here and beating up the, I don't mean to beat up, but I just see that we're going to continue to add 65 at $6.6 million full-time equivalent employees, and it's great that we have a surplus, but we'll be sitting here in these chairs, and I hope we always have a surplus, but I'm always curious to find out if we ever give back these positions, and I know that we kind of came into a situation where we have this extra money, and this always concerns me that we have less people in our state, but we continue to grow our government, and it just doesn't, but that's what my concern with a lot of our budgets is the equivalent to grow, so that's all my concern is.
The Eagle budget has been undermined and disinvested in for the last 20 years. We are simply catching up with the demand and the need. We see significant delays. Development community needs these FTEs. We need these FTEs to advance our clean energy portfolios. We need these FTEs to protect our water resources. This is a need that has been unmet, as I said, for quite some time, and I'm proud to address that issue and advance these positions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Seeing no further questions, Rep. Martis moves to adopt substitute H1 to House Bill 4249. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill,
Yes.
Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder.
Yes.
Wilson. Lightner. Boland. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 21 yeas, no nays, 8 passes. The H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Hood, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Chair Whitwer. I will briefly. We have one amendment to amend page 42, line 20, to expand the use of funding for airports to prepare existing equipment by allowing them to clean existing equipment for the removal of PFAS and reuse that equipment in addition to purchasing new equipment as needed. With that, I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Lightner. Boland. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
No.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 18 yeas, 4 nays, 7 passes. The amendment is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment is that funding as appropriated in Part 1 may not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I move my amendment.
These two, and then 3. So this is like 1, 2, 3 altogether. Sorry, did you move your?
Will the clerk please take the roll?
Thank you. On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Lightner. Boland. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I'd like to speak to my amendment. This one, the first amendment would be to not increase the proposed fees of $680,000 groundwater discharge permits. It would rather use a small portion of the proposed $20 million from the general fund lead replacement line. It ensures our small businesses and our constituents aren't stuck for footing the bill, and I would like to move this amendment.
What page? This one? Okay. Yep.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Lightner. Boland. Green. Slaw. Beeson.
Yes.
Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Yes. Steele. Yes. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair. This amendment was to not include 44 of the additional full-time equivalent permitting staffs scattered throughout, and I'd like to move this amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. No. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Wilson. Sorry, Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Representative Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cavett, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment seeks to not include $8.5 million in the propane resiliency plan. I'd like to move my amendment, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. No. Brixey. No. Hood. No. Braybeck. Morse. No. Fury. No. Steckloff. No. Weiss. No. Martis. No. McKinney.
No.
Menser.
No.
Morgan.
No.
Price. No. Skaggs.
No.
Snyder.
No.
Wilson.
No.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Representative Shooty, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would, and thank you, Madam Chair. So I'm once again bringing this amendment forward because we have the opportunity to make a transformational, generational investment that would resolve legacy flooding challenges and address a public health crisis in mid-Michigan. So twice in 5 years, the city of Midland was hit by devastating flooding. Hundreds of homeowners saw their most important life investments destroyed. Small business owners saw their livelihoods ruined. The headquarters of one of our state's largest hospitals had to prepare medevac operations. This is a critical public health and community need. And the good news is that we have the opportunity with this amendment to help solve the problem. We have an opportunity to make real, tangible impact. And this capital investment would more than return on its value by protecting the livelihoods, the businesses, and health centers in the area. This solves an urgent need. It's a transformational and long-lasting good investment. I urge my colleagues to vote yes, and I'd like to move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. No. Brixey. No. Hood. No. Braybeck. No. Morse. No. Fury. No. Steckloff. No. Weiss. No. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser.
No.
Morgan.
No.
Price.
No.
Skaggs.
No.
Snyder.
No.
Wilson.
No.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, 1 pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair, and thank you. This is to increase the drinking water and clean water appropriations from 100 million to 200 million, and along with the 40% doing the overburdened communities, it's 20% for the smaller, more rural communities of less than 50,000 people. I'd like to move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill.
Pass.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Pass.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, no nays, 17 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative McKinney moves to report House Bill. We have two more. We do? Yeah, where are they? Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your amendment? Sorry.
Yes, Madam Chair. This is a boilerplate, quick. This is current section 210, 211, and 215. I just want it to be left in there, and I would like to move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your last amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This is just the EGO-specific sections of 222, 302, 305, 306, 401, and 103 to continue to be into the budget for this year, and I'd like to move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Representative Beeson, apparently you have one more amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The last amendment would be to section 219, to keep it the same, and I'd like to move my amendment, leave it in the budget.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. And now Representative McKinney moves to report House Bill 4249 with recommendation as a new sub. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to report House Bill 4249 as a new substitute, Representative Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney, Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw. No. Beeson. No. Horton.
No.
Fink.
No.
Cavett.
No.
DeBoer.
No.
Kuhn.
No.
Shooty.
No.
Steele.
No.
Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 12 nays, no passes. House Bill 4249 is reported with recommendation as amended as a new substitute.
Thank you. Next, we have House Bill 4280, appropriating to the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. The budget was reported last week by the Lara and Diff Subcommittee, chaired by Representative Skaggs. Representative Skaggs, if you'll please give us an overview.
Thank you, Chair Whitwer. Members, you may follow along on your HFA analysis. Here are some highlights of the Lara budget. Item number 2, the budget includes $36.2 million for the Renewable Energy and Electrification Enhancement Development Program, which improves upon an earlier low-carbon energy program. Michigan needs to make real progress towards combating the effects of climate change, lowering cost of electricity, and increasing power generation. And this program will be used for solar farm hookups to the grid, renewable natural gas facilities, and electric vehicle charging stations. Item number 1. I'm going to go out of order here slightly. Forgive me, members. It also includes $57 million for the important justice work being done at the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission, to fund ongoing implementation of Standards 1 through 5, and to help the Commission implement their new Standard 8, which ensures attorneys are properly compensated for their time representing cases. Additional funding in the budget includes item 4, $5 million for the Michigan Saves, a nonprofit green bank, which uses certain enhancement tools to incentivize lending for renewable energy and energy efficiency improvement loans to homeowners. This is a 2.5 increase over previous funding levels. Item number 7, $2.2 million to cover the costs of background checks, investigations, and fingerprinting for child care workers to keep our children safe. Item 5, $4.4 million for the construction of a state reference lab for the Cannabis Regulatory Agency. Item 10, $1.2 million to support the healthcare provider survey and investigation activities of the Bureau of Survey and Certification. Item 12, $2.7 million for the modernization of the LLC Corporation's online filing system so that we can improve customer service and businesses can efficiently apply for proper licensing without the undue headaches of dated software. Item number 8, $1.6 million for to continue the program which purchases and distributes smoke detectors by the Bureau of Fire Services. Clear safety measure for lives. Item 13, $900,000 for elevator inspection staffing support to increase the number of elevator inspections in the state. We're falling behind and need to catch up. Remember that when you're back at the Hob and on the elevator. Item 16, $700,000 towards supporting modular home permitting to decrease wait times as we work to deal with the critical issue of missing middle housing. Concerning boilerplate language, the budget prudently balances government efficiency, fiscal responsibility, and legislative oversight by making modifications, but mostly retaining reporting requirements. Thank you to everyone on the subcommittee, House fiscal staff, LSB, caucus policy staff, the departments, and the stakeholders for your input and support on this bill. And Madam Chair, that is my report.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions? Seeing no further questions, Representative Morse moves to adopt substitute H2 to House Bill 4280. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H2 substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Yes. Brixey. Yes. Hood. Yes. Brayback. Morris. Yes. Fury. Yes. Stecklaw. Yes. Weiss. Yes. Martis. Yes. McKinney.
Yes.
Censor. Yes.
Thank you. Representative McKinney, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Chair. I offer an amendment. You guys probably already know the state is going through some serious issues when it comes to energy reliability due to power outages. And so I want to better equip our Michigan Public Service Commission to really go out there and meet the people where they're at, to host public hearings outside of the Lansing bubble. And so that's pretty much what this amendment would do, and I offer it, and I would like to move it.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to adopt, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
Yes.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs,
Yes.
Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shutey, Steele. No. Madam Chair, you have 20 yeas, 1 nay, 8 passes. The amendment is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Shutey, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would, thank you. So this amendment restores 200 section and leaves contingency funds at their current level.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
I need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Yes. Yes, it has.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Shutey. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 11 yeas, 17 nays, 1 pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment would restore the ability of the legislature to transfer prior appropriated funds, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn,
Yes.
Shutey, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Please, Madam Chair. My amendment is that as funding is appropriated in Part 1, it must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion by fund recipients, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morris, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs,
No.
Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cavett. DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Leitner, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The amendment that I have before you right now is in regards to putting a placeholder in the budget for juvenile indigent defense implementation. As you know, the governor had a juvenile justice task force. I was lucky to be a part of that task force. We worked in a bipartisan, bicameral fashion, and we are currently working on policy that hopefully will get across the finish line this year. It sits over a couple of different budgets, but this is where indigent defense is at for adults. So we're placing one in here for implementation as it is a priority, I think, for the governor and the lieutenant governor, as they also helped with that commission and coming up with these recommendations. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney. Munzer. Morgan. Pass. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
Pass.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, no nays, 17 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Leitner, would you like to speak to your last amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The next amendment is in regards to indigent defense as well. One of the things that we saw in implementing the adult system is counties and different municipalities wanted additional monies to build brand-new facilities, and that was not the intent of the commission when it was started. We did adopt this policy last year for adults. This also puts it back in there that the grant money for indigent defense cannot be used for brand-new structures. So I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney. Munzer. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Brixey moves to report House Bill 4280 with recommendation as a new sub. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney. Munzer. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 11 nays, 1 pass. House Bill 4280 is reported with recommendation as amended as a new substitute.
Thank you. We'll continue with Representative Skaggs for our next bill. We have House Bill 4281, appropriating to the Department of Insurance and Financial Services. That was also reported last week by Rep. Skaggs, Lara and Diff Subcommittee. Rep. Skaggs, you can start whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Chair Whitwer. This one is not the heavy lift of others, so I am ready to present on it. The DIF's budget is overwhelmingly supported by restricted funds, but we do in this budget have $500,000 in general funds to require the department to conduct a study on the insulin market. In the United States, 1 out of 3 diabetics routinely struggle to afford insulin. Funding this study ensures that we are looking at the issue and finding ways to save money for those who depend on life-saving medication. The budget also retains reports such as the health insurance rate filings report and the electronic submission of annual reports required in statute to the legislature. As the 2 most important words in government service are thank you, I want to once again thank everyone on the subcommittee, House fiscal staff, LSB staff, caucus policy staff, the department, and stakeholders. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions, first of all? Sorry. No. So seeing no further questions, Representative McKinney moves to adopt substitute H1 to House Bill 4281. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill.
Yes.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Wilson. Leitner. Boland. Green.
No.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cabot.
Pass.
DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 22 yeas, 1 nay, 6 passes. The H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Shooty, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would, and thank you. So this amendment also restores 200 section boilerplate, leaves contingency funds at their current level, and this time I would like to move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
No.
Snyder.
No.
Wilson. Leitner. Boland. Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment would restore the ability of the legislature to transfer prior appropriated funds, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
No.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Boland. Green. Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer. Kuhn. Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to finish with your last amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment is that funding as appropriated in Part 1 must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion by fund recipients, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
No.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Boland. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Martis moves to report House Bill 4281 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
No.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 7 nays, 5 passes. House Bill 4281 is reported with recommendation as substitute H1.
Thank you. We'll move along now to House Bill 4289 for the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. The bill was reported last week by the MDARD and DNR Subcommittee, chaired by Representative Brixey. Representative Brixey, would you like to give some budget updates?
Sure. Thank you, Chair Whitwer and colleagues, for allowing me to speak to House Bill 4289, the House-passed MDARD budget. Michigan is ranked second in the nation in crop diversity, and our specialty crops like cherries, asparagus, blueberries, apples, and peaches all attract tourists to our state from all over the world. But unfortunately, our farmers are struggling due to changing climate conditions, and it's especially challenging for these specialty crops that make Michigan so unique because there isn't as much global research available on crops that are grown in so few places. We're so fortunate here in Lansing to be right next door to Michigan State University, a leading agricultural school that's been prioritizing the need for sustainability, regenerative ag, that protects our environment and our food supply. And that's why I'm happy to report that House Bill 4289 contains $7 million in one-time funding to create a new MSU Ag program called SEEDS, which stands for Solving Emerging Environmental Developments and Securing Sustainability. This initiative is modeled after another successful MSU program, Project Green, and it will offer a competitive grant program that targets long-term research and on-farm outreach designated or designed to bolster soil and plant health, soil carbon sequestration, and protection of water quality to promote sustainable regenerative agriculture in Michigan. Farmers are the original conservationists dating back to the Dust Bowl, and they deal firsthand with the impact of climate change and have been coming to me throughout the budget process to share how the SEEDS program can offer the specialized research and help they need to improve their farm efficiencies, reduce the carbon footprint, and ensure that we can continue to grow food here in Michigan for generations to come. This budget includes the governor's request of $6.2 million ongoing general fund, general purpose funding for a new program tasked with identifying, responding to, and mitigating emerging contaminants. It will allow us to work to reverse the damage caused by contaminants we already know about, like PFAS, and help us identify any new contaminants. One of the unintended consequences of our rich manufacturing history is learning about new contaminants and reacting appropriately to protect our vast natural resources and agricultural resources. Changing climate and more severe rainstorms associated with that climate change have an unfortunate effect on emerging contaminants. This budget also includes funding to help our state be prepared for global food supply disruptions. It contains funding for the Michigan Craft Beverage Council, to help them advertise their breweries, wineries, and cideries across our state, most of them small businesses that contribute tremendously to our tourism and really create a unique sense of place. Our unique three-tiered system of alcohol sales have helped us be a national leader in craft beverages. This budget, finally, this budget recognizes that internet gambling has restored a funding source that our county fairs once relied on for capital improvements. Excess funding from the Agricultural Equine Industry Development Fund will help our county fairs all over the state continue to operate and support young farmers and will help support equine veterinary research grants. The MDARD budget contains endless opportunities for driving local tourism, preserving our food supply, and addressing the issue of climate change. I was pleased that we were able to pass a budget that will achieve those opportunities for our state.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions? Seeing no further questions, Representative Hood moves to adopt substitute H1 to House Bill 4289. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey,
Yes.
Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Menzer, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Horton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 23 yeas, no nays, 6 passes. The H1 is adopted.
The committee will go at ease.
Nobody's reading Alexander. I'm not volunteer.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. They misfiled that. See, that's kind of brain trust. The amount of brain trust, I mean, there's probably $500,000 in salaries there. It seems to be disorganized.
Back to order in 1 minute. House Appropriations comes to order. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would. Thank you, Madam Chair. My first amendment here is to increase local conservation district funding by $2 million. That would be $4 million ongoing. Madam Chair, I move my amendment.
Thank you, Representative. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Pass.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder.
Pass.
Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, no nays, 17 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, my second one is to restore Northern Michigan herd protection at current fiscal year $5 million. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Poland. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, 1 pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, my next amendment is to not support the $2 million supply chain investment. I move my motion.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Horton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My next amendment is to not include the $6.18 million for 6 FTEs for emerging contaminants. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shutey. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your last amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'll take a break after this. Okay, my last amendment is to propose $15 million for protein processing grants. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take a roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. My amendment is that funding, as appropriated in Part 1, must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion by the fund recipients, and I move my amendment.
Okay, thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Beeson, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thanks, Madam Chair. Yes, my amendment would be to keep in the Section 218 in the budget for this year. I'd like to move my amendment.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Puri moves to report House Bill 4289 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please call a roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney. Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 12 nays, no pass. House Bill 4289 is reported with recommendation to substitute H1.
Thank you. We'll stay with Representative Brixey for House Bill 4290 for the Department of Natural Resources budget. The MDARD and DNR subcommittee reported the budget last week. Representative Brixey, go ahead when you're ready.
Thank you, Chair Whitwer and colleagues, for allowing me to speak to House Bill 4290, the DNR budget. Michigan is known around the world for our tremendous natural resources parks and the diversity of species our state provides a home for. I'm proud of the work we did to pass a budget that allocates the resources needed to keep it that way. Invasive species remain a critical threat to Michigan's natural resources, environment, and economy. This budget includes $5.8 million in one-time funding to tackle this problem head-on and address the spread of invasives and the habitat deterioration they bring. Michigan's parks and green spaces should be accessible and inviting for everyone in the state. We've included $21.5 million for Belle Isle, a true treasure of our parks system. This budget also allocates $1.5 million to support outreach to disadvantaged communities and underrepresented populations. Another $5 million is provided to encourage new hunters, fishers, and birders to get out in the field. And to help those who want to return to the field come back. This budget prepares us for the future, funding a statewide aggregate mapping and depositing additional funds to support the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund and the State Parks Endowment Fund. The budget guarantees we do not ignore the present, bringing pay parity for our conservation officers and increasing funding for state and local forest fire protection and prevention. And finally, this budget establishes ongoing funding for an Office of the State Archaeologist. This is a position we had until 2019. Reinstating the office would help us preserve and study archaeological relics of our state's history, including the indigenous peoples who were here before us, ensuring we do not forget our past or all that it has to teach us. This portion of the budget is supported by tribal communities across our state. I'm pleased with the work of the subcommittee to deliver this budget. And finally, I would like to take a moment to thank Chair Whitwer and her staff, to thank my vice chairs, Martis and Borton, and the hardworking staff and all of the folks in LSB, Dem Policy, and at the House Fiscal Agency, as well as my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for their input and ability to answer many of the questions that we encountered through this process. Madam Chair, I move the H3 sub for HB 4290.
Sorry. Thank you, Representative. Do we have any questions?
She moved to report or adopt H3, so we have to.
You're right. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H3 substitute, Chair Whitwer,
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Yes. Brixey. Yes. Hood. Yes. Braybeck. Yes. Morse. Yes. Fury. Yes. Steckloff. Weiss. Yes. Martis. Yes. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Yes. Morgan. Yes. Price. Yes. Skaggs.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
No.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer. Yes. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Pass.
Steele.
Pass with a question.
Madam Chair, you have 24 yeas, 1 nay, 4 passes. The H3 is adopted.
Thank you. We have 2 people in the audience that would like to make comments. They'll each get 2 minutes. Dr. Misty Jackson.
Press the button.
Push the button.
That? There we go.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Misty Jackson. I received my PhD from Michigan State University in 2005. I taught at Central Michigan University for a couple of years before forming my own archaeological consulting company in 2007 and have worked in Michigan since then. I am pleased to see that the Office of the State Archaeologist is being considered for reconstitution. I worked in that office as a graduate student intern for 3 internships, and I'm familiar with what the office does. I'm familiar with it through the work I do as I work closely with the people in that office. What concerns me is that this bill proposes to sever the Office of the State Archaeologist, which was always with the State Historic Preservation Office. It seeks to sever it from the SHPO. I'm not clear on what the advantages are to this. I'm concerned that there are disadvantages. I'm concerned as both a professional archaeologist and as a business owner. I think there are problems, I foresee problems with this severing. You should be aware that 76% of the offices of the state archaeologists, and not all states have them, but those offices or similar offices like we currently have, these duties are currently being performed, just so you know. It's not like they've been dropped since 2019. But 76% of the other offices in the state, throughout the United States, they are associated in some way, shape, or form with the SHPOs. They are either alongside or they are under SHPOs. They are not in a separate department. So I am not sure what kind of problems will arise from this, but I suspect there will be. There will be delays as there are transitions, and as a business owner, that does concern me. I'm also concerned that right now, we don't have a state historic preservation officer. Mark Rodman passed away almost a year ago in June. It'll be a year this coming June. And he's not been replaced. And I'm concerned that this bill is going forward at a time that we don't have somebody at the head of the SHPO. So I would just ask that if you can table this and we can rewrite this, I do believe an Office of the State Archaeologist would be a great thing to have. I just do not think that where it's currently proposed to be placed under DNR, I'm not convinced that's the place for it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Next up, we have Sean Evans. Hi, Sean. Will you please keep your comments to 2 minutes? Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. I just wanted to speak to my opposition to creating the Office of State Archaeologists in the DNR. There's really no need to make this position or office because those duties are actually fulfilled by SHPO. So they're performing this under the Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act, and it's already funded through grants and not through appropriations. So as a taxpayer, and that's my concern, we don't need to spend this money, right? They're already fulfilling the role of an expert in consulting with tribal governments, local governments, the media, legislature. They maintain the site file, the archaeological site file, and they're fielding questions from stakeholders on those issues. I don't think that to recreate the wheel under DNR will ultimately create confusion. SHPO is a mandatory consulting party under Section 106. So again, where does this function fit in state government when you recreate this wheel? So in conclusion, I don't believe that it's a well use of taxpayer monies to create this office. Those duties are already fulfilled through grants, and I just wanted to express that as a taxpayer that spending this money really shouldn't be done. And we've already got an organization that does that. It's doing it through grants. Therefore, it really doesn't need to exist. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Are there any questions? Representative Steele?
I had a question regarding the invasive species prevention program, if that's okay. Okay. I just really wanted to know exactly with the 12 full-time officials to be hired, what actually are they going to do? What species are they trying to eradicate? Where and how? I know we have a problem within our woods from bittersweet vines and Phragmites and grapevines. And so I just wanted to have a little bit more detail about that prevention program because I do believe it's needed. I don't know what the 12 full-time people will be doing. I'm hoping that they'll actually go in the woods and cutting the vines, but maybe you could clarify.
Hello, I'm Austin Scott from the House Fiscal Agency. The recommended addition of 12 FTE positions for the invasive species prevention and control is not included in this budget. It was recommended by the executive budget that was released in February. Those new positions are not included in the H3 substitute that was just adopted this morning. As Representative Brixey mentioned, there is $5.8 million in new GF spending on a one-time basis, but new FTE positions are not included in this H3 substitute.
Seeing no further questions, we do have an H3 substitute.
She had a second part of the question,
Oh, she had a
if
second
I
part.
could address it. Thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity to address my colleague's other question. The invasive species program is one that works with a variety of species, both plant, animal, and fish and aquatic species. So we have aquatic plants, we have land plants, we have aquatic species that are invasive species. It covers Great Lakes, inland lakes, streams, as well as, forest land and open land. So it's a wide variety of species all over the state.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would. Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment is simply to not include $934,400 ongoing, nor the $1 million one-time for Civilian Conservation Corps. This is not a core government function. I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes.
Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn,
Yes.
Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cabot, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment seeks to include $1.5 million to rebuild the Cornwell Flooding Dam located in the Pigeon River Forest in Sheboygan, Michigan, or Sheboygan County, I apologize. Removal of this dam, the citizens of this state would lose over 143 acres of surface water, over 4 miles of shoreline, massive loss of wetland and fish habitat, as well as waterfall and mussel and clam species. I move my amendment, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer. Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer. Kuhn.
Yes.
Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cabot, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This amendment seeks to amend page 13, line 23, after 100 by inserting chronic wasting disease testing, 500,000, and adjusting the subtotals in section 201 accordingly. Amend page 225, following line 17 by inserting Wildlife Division, section 506, the United States Department of Agriculture, Wildlife Services is encouraging to harvest all deer during targeted removal required under the Enhanced Wildlife Biosecurity Program. Number 3, amend page 32, following line 4 by inserting section 1211 from the funds appropriated in Part 1 for the chronic wasting disease, or CWD testing, before the 2024 deer hunting season. The department shall make at least one CWD check station at drop stations available during any deer season in any county that is included in the core CWD area, a chronic waste management disease zone, or a core CWD surveillance area. I move my amendment, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
No.
Representatives O'Neill? No. Brixey? No. Hood? No. Braybeck? No. Morse? No. Peary? Steckloff? No. Weiss? No. Martis? No. McKinney?
No.
Menser? No. Morgan? No. Price? No. Skaggs? No. Snyder?
Yes.
Wilson?
No.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Horton?
Yes.
Fink?
Yes.
Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, 1 pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair, I would. My amendment strikes the $100 placeholder and includes $2.5 million for the Manistee and Osable River fish habitat improvements. Madam Chair, I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill?
Pass.
Brixey? Hood? Braybeck? Morse? Peary? Steckloff? Weiss? Martis? McKinney?
Pass.
Menser? Morgan? Price? Skaggs? Snyder? Wilson? Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink? Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, no nays, 17 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Shooty, would you like to speak to your amendment?
I would, and thank you, Madam Chair. So I make this amendment because my reading of the constitutional language surrounding the governance of the Natural Resource Trust Fund caps the fund at $500 million, a limit that we reached in 2011. After that cap is reached, all other funds, with the exception of interest and earnings, are to be directed to the State Park Endowment Fund. So I don't believe this appropriation follows our constitutionally prescribed procedure, and I'd like to move this motion forward.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Whitwer?
No.
Representatives O'Neill? No. Brixey? No. Hood? Braybeck? Morse? Peary? Steckloff? No. Weiss? No. Martis?
No.
McKinney?
No.
Menser?
No. All right.
Morgan? Price?
No.
Skaggs? Snyder?
No.
Wilson?
No.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink? Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment was simply restore transparency sections in boilerplate in sections 209, 210, 214, and 241. Madam Chair, I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
No.
Representatives O'Neill? Brixey? Hood? Braybeck? Morse? Peary? Steckloff? Weiss? Martis? McKinney?
No.
Menser? Morgan? Price? Skaggs? Snyder? Wilson? Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin? Green?
Yes.
Slaw? Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink? Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Slaw, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment is that funding, as appropriated in Part 1 must not be used to require or interfere with actions related to diversity, equity, and inclusion by the fund recipients, and I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer,
No.
Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton, Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn,
Yes.
Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to continue with your next amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My next amendment is simply to allow residents to feed birds in their backyard bird feeders without fear of prosecution. Madam Chair, I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer, Representatives O'Neill, Brixey, Hood, Braybeck, Morse, Fury, Steckloff, Weiss, Martis, McKinney,
No.
Menser, Morgan, Price, Skaggs, Snyder, Wilson, Leitner, Bolin, Green, Slaw, Beeson, Borton,
Yes.
Fink, Cabot, DeBoer, Kuhn, Shudi, Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 14 nays, 2 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Borton, would you like to do the last amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I would. And I'd also like to thank my colleague on the other side of the aisle who obviously enjoys feeding birds also, so. All right, my last amendment is simply places limits on the State Administrative Board and ensures that the budget passed by the legislature is adhered to. Madam Chair, I move my amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer. Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer. Kuhn. Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Martis moves to report House Bill 4290 with recommendation as substitute H3. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cabot. DeBoer. Kuhn.
No.
Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 16 yeas, 7 nays, 5 passes. House Bill 4290 is reported with recommendation as substitute H3.
Thank you. Representative Steckloff will now present highlights for House Bill 4303 for the Community Colleges budget. Her Higher Ed and Community Colleges Subcommittee reported the bill last week. Representative Steckloff, if you'll please give us an overview.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I feel like I'm in this unique position.
Oh, no.
I feel like I'm the gatekeeper today, so it's kind of fun. I would first like to thank my team. We worked very hard on this budget since the beginning of January. So Perry, Asia, and my legislative director, Brendan, I just want to thank you all so much. Another thanks to my vice chair, Morgan, as well as my minority vice chair, Kuhn. When you're looking at the community college budget, we pretty much put everything we had into increases in operational funding. So you're going to see a 4.5% increase in operations. You are going to find that we are putting a few more dollars. We're increasing funding to pay down MIPSers in the community colleges. We decided to create a brand new program. This has to do with Michigan Reconnect. We found that we have hundreds of thousands of people who applied for Michigan Reconnect but didn't go, and this is a program that would be offered for counties using their resources to make sure we're tracking down those students and getting them enrolled and finding out what those hurdles are. So there's a lot of adult learning programs that are going to be coming from that. We simplified a lot of reportings. There was a lot of sections where there was double reporting, triple reporting going on, so we moved that all down to one.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Seeing no other questions, Representative Skaggs moves to adopt the substitute H1 to House Bill 4303. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer?
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill? Yes. Brixey? Yes. Hood? Yes. Braybeck? Morse? Yes. Fury? Steckloff?
Yes.
Weiss? Yes. Martis?
Yes.
McKinney?
Yes.
Menser? Yes. Morgan? Yes. Price? Yes. Skaggs?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Millisland?
Yes.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink? Yes. Or pass? Pass. Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Pass.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele? Pass. Madam Chair, you have 24 yeas, no nays, 4 passes. House Bill, or H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move this first amendment, which is a reinsertion of Title IX certification and tuition restraint penalties. I will move the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
No.
Representatives O'Neill?
No.
Brixey? Hood? Braybeck? Morse? Fury? Steckloff?
No.
Weiss? Martis? McKinney?
No.
Menser? Morgan? Price? Skaggs?
No.
Snyder?
No.
Wilson?
No.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink?
Yes.
Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This is replacing or reinserting the campus free speech First Amendment boilerplate. I move the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
No.
Representatives O'Neill?
No.
Brixey? Hood? Braybeck? Morse? Fury? Steckloff?
No.
Weiss? Martis? McKinney?
No.
Menser? Morgan? Price? Skaggs? Snyder? Wilson? Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink?
Yes.
Cabot?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes?
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele? Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to do your last amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This is an amendment asking that the funding method for community college be set forth in a task force. So I'll move that amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. No. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin. Green. Slaw. You said pass or yes? Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 11 yeas, 15 nays, 2 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Cavett, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. This amendment seeks to include $2 million for a housing project at Alpena Community College. Increased housing access can ease one of the burdens commonly faced by community college students. Therefore, it's not just student housing, but also helps ease workforce housing in Northeast Michigan. I move my amendment, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have amendments.
Pass.
That,
Yes.
so the 454 is enacting that
Weiss.
amendment. And then it strikes,
Martis.
sub 8.
McKinney.
And then
No.
on 97,
Menser.
it strikes the sub 8, puts it in.
Morgan.
And then also corrects the title.
Price. Skaggs. Snyder.
Yep.
Wilson.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Leitner.
Yes.
What's that?
Bolin. Green.
Yeah, those are the ones,
Slaw.
those are the ones that turned in yesterday.
Beeson.
But you said you
Borton.
didn't, so-
Fink. Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 11 yeas, 15 nays, 2 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Weiss moves to report House Bill 4303 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Fury. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 16 yeas, 1 nay, 11 passes. House Bill 4303 is reported with recommendation as substitute H1.
Thank you. And before we move on to our last budget, I want to thank the representatives on appropriations today for your patience, for sitting here for so long. I appreciate all of that. So lastly, we will stay with Representative Steckloff for House Bill 4304, her higher education budget that was reported by her committee last week. Representative Steckloff, if you'll please give us an overview of your budget.
Yes, absolutely. I want to preface a lot of this with I came from higher education. I worked at University of Kansas, University of Michigan, and Wayne State University. I've worked in pretty much every department, ran our campus tours, all of our scholarships. So you're going to see that reflected in this budget. This budget is really focused on student aid and increasing operational dollars for universities that are in so much need for it. So you're going to see a 6.4% increase in operational dollars. There are 3 universities that are going to look like they're getting a lot of money. So let me explain what's going on. There are 3 universities that have not yet met the 4,500 student floor funding. Those 3 universities are Oakland University, Grand Valley State, as well as U of M Dearborn. So there was a plan to phase them in over 3 years. I think they deserve to be put in right away. This is money that they need for their university. And then we put the 6 and 5, actually I put a 5% increase on those schools from the 4,500. So that's where that extra money is to finally get everyone equal and then equitable. We put a lot of thought into the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. This is a transformative scholarship that is finally going to allow students to go to school tuition-free. So we're opening up the door, putting another $50 million into that fund. We're using $10 million of that dollars to help promote the new scholarship and FAFSA completion. We're also, I'm not going to go into too much depth because you guys will kill me if I go over how financial aid packaging works. But we are changing some of the packaging requirements, changing to make sure that Michigan Achievement Scholarship fits for the most amount of students. And we also are putting timelines and dates that match with the federal loans and federal grant programs, just trying to make it easier for students to understand as well as faculty and administration. We are also putting in those who have paid the MET in the past, so they're still eligible for these funds. We are opening it up to community colleges who offer 4-year degrees, so some very transformative products going through this. And then we are encouraging enrollment degree completion. Those are two very, very vital things for the state of Michigan, especially as we lose population.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any questions? Representative Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one quick question. Do you see any kind of path to addressing the MIPSTers issues that some of our higher ed institutions are still concerned with?
Rep. Wilson, I'm glad you asked that question. Paying off MIPSers is a very top priority for me. We weren't able to get it into this budget, unfortunately. Last year, we paid pretty much half of it off. So we are looking at doing additional funding for that. That'll be a discussion for conference. But what we did instead is we put all those additional dollars into operational funds as opposed to just putting it in MIPSers. That would only affect a few universities.
Great. Seeing no further questions, Representative Price moves to adopt substitute H1 to House Bill 4304. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to adopt the H1 substitute, Chair Whitwer?
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill?
Yes.
Brixey? Yes. Hood? Yes. Braybeck? Morris? Peary? Steckloff?
Yes.
Weiss? Martis?
Yes.
McKinney?
Yes.
Menser? Menser? Yes. Pass?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes. Morgan?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Skaggs?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink?
Yes.
Calvert?
Yes.
DeBoer?
Yes.
Kuhn?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Steele? Madam Chair, you have 25 yeas, no nays, 3 passes. The H1 is adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move an amendment to reinsert the Title IX certification penalty and tuition restraint penalties. I move that amendment.
Yes. Yes.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer?
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill?
Pass.
Brixey? Hood? Braybeck? Morris? Peary? Steckloff?
No.
Weiss? Martis?
Pass.
McKinney?
Pass.
Menser? Morgan? Price? Skaggs?
No.
Wilson? Sorry, Snyder?
Pass.
Wilson?
Pass.
Leitner?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Slaw?
Yes.
Beeson?
Yes.
Borton?
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele. Yes. Madam Chair, you have 11 yeas, 2 nays, 14 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Steele, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. As legislators, we continue to support higher education, yet we have made it more difficult because of the unchecked tuition and fee increases. I believe it's bad for the students and families to have debt-ridden students as they move on their way to jobs and raising families. So I move to amend public universities that exceed the tuition and fee rate cap described in subsection 2 are not eligible to receive payments under section 236 for operation increases per student floor funding for the fiscal year. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
Pass.
Representatives O'Neill.
Pass.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary. Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis.
Pass.
McKinney.
Pass.
Menser. Morgan. Price.
No.
Skaggs.
Pass.
Snyder.
Pass.
Wilson.
Pass.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele. Yes. Madam Chair, you have 11 yeas, 3 nays, 14 passes. The amendment is not adopted. Or sorry, 12 yeas, 13 passes.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move this amendment that reinserts the provisions on campus free speech, First Amendment activities. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morris. Peary. Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis.
No.
McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder.
No.
Wilson.
No.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Kuhn, would you like to speak to your next amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move this amendment that requires reporting of foreign funding for universities.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morris. Peary. Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cabot.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shooty.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 17 nays, no passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative DeBoer, would you like to speak to your amendment?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
I would like to address the prohibition on punishment for communicating with the legislature. I think we should keep that in there, because I don't think we should remove whistleblower protection. It doesn't seem very transparent or accountable for the universities, so I'd like to protect people that would like to speak to legislators about issues from the university. I move that amendment, please.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill.
No.
Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morse. Peary.
No.
Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Is it pass?
Yes.
Price.
No.
Skaggs.
Pass.
Snyder.
Pass.
Wilson.
No.
Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Slaw.
Yes.
Beeson.
Yes.
Borton.
Yes.
Fink. Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shudi.
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 15 nays, 3 passes. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. And for our last amendment today, Representative DeBoer, would you like to speak to it?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would hope that we could set up a university funding task force to readdress how the funding is done and examine it through a focused and thorough effort. I move that amendment.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to amend, Chair Whitwer.
No.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morris. Peary. Steckloff.
No.
Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
No.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner.
Yes.
Bolin.
Yes.
Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett.
Yes.
DeBoer.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shudi. Steele.
Yes.
Rep. Snyder, did you pass or say yes? You did pass? Okay. Madam Chair, you have 12 yeas, 16 nays, 1 pass. The amendment is not adopted.
Thank you. Representative Morgan moves to report House Bill 4304 with recommendation as substitute H1. Will the clerk please call the roll?
On the motion to report, Chair Whitwer.
Yes.
Representatives O'Neill. Brixey. Hood. Braybeck. Morris. Peary. Steckloff. Weiss. Martis. McKinney.
Yes.
Menser. Morgan. Price. Skaggs. Snyder. Wilson. Leitner. Bolin. Green. Slaw. Beeson. Borton. Fink. Cavett. DeBoer.
Pass.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Shudi. Steele. Madam Chair, you have 17 yeas, 3 nays, 9 passes. House Bill 4304 is reported with recommendation as substitute H1.
Thank you. Once again, I want to thank everyone for your patience today. Seeing no further business, the House Appropriations Committee stands adjourned.